After getting drunk, my girlfriend started flirting with my friend, squeezing, and then licking his arms. When confronted, she said she was just having fun. The next day, she claimed to have no memory of the night before and acted like nothing happened. So I, 20M, have been with my GF, 21F, for about 5 months now. Everything was going well and we were both happy, or so I thought. We were out drinking together when a guy, 24M, I grew up with turned up. For reference, I have known him probably 15 years. We used to like chill when I was 8 and he was 12. He went to school with my older sister, and I definitely looked up to him a lot. He gave me my first ever joint back in the day, and even 2 years ago he appeared out of nowhere and stopped me getting jumped. Legit scared off like 4 or 5 guys by himself, who had thrown me to the ground and were kicking me. So overall he's definitely a good dude and has always been good to me. Well, I introduce him to my GF and it turns out she already knew him. Her parents own a tattoo and piercing shop and he went there to get tattoos when he was like 14. The two of them start talking and it seems all chill. I go off with my friend and let them catch up a bit. I leave the bar and head to the shop to get some cigarettes with one of my friends. Maybe a 5-minute walk away. I'm gone for maybe 15 minutes. When I come back, my GF is quite a lot more drunk and in a bad mood with me. I approach the two of them and she tells me to go away because she's talking to him about his family. He says, "Don't be mean to him, he's a good guy." Then turns to me and says to come sit with them. My GF rolls her eyes and basically scolds me for interrupting. My friend again stands up for me and says it's not a big deal, that they were just talking about what his family had been up to lately, and as I knew his family, it wasn't a problem if I wanted to stay and join the convo. Just then, the bartender comes over and he turns around to start ordering. While he's talking to the bartender, I ask my GF what's up and she just says she doesn't want to talk to me. I ask what her problem is and she basically tells me to just go away. I start getting annoyed, so I turn around and leave to the smoking area. I have a cigarette and from here I can see her laughing and joking with my friend, so she's not in a bad mood overall. Just with me. After about 3 minutes, they join me outside and he's brought me a drink. This is where the issues really start. While we are sitting down and chilling, my GF starts going on about how big my friend's arms are. And yeah, they are huge, he's a personal trainer. But I don't feel like that exactly needs to be discussed. My friend sort of dismisses it and says, "Nah, I'm like obese right now." He definitely is still in great shape, he's just bulking. But then my GF goes on to say how she prefers a little belly on guys and doesn't like abs. This pisses me off because I am a fairly skinny guy, and I have abs. My friend says he'd love to have abs, and my GF is like, "No, you definitely look great anyway." And my friend just laughs and says thanks. A little later on we are at the bar again, and my GF grabs his arm, says, "Jesus Christ," and starts squeezing it. We both sort of look at her as if to say WTF, and she says, "Sorry, I'm just drunk, I couldn't help myself." About 10 minutes after that she keeps making jokes or comments to the two of us about threesomes, swapping partners, my friend has a GF, and that sort of stuff. At first we laugh it off, but it gets to the point where my friend sort of has had enough and puts his foot down and says, "It's not happening." My GF laughs and says she was just joking. My final straw is like 20 minutes after this she randomly just bites and then licks his arm. She's pretty wasted at that point and we're both like WTF is even happening. She just starts laughing hysterically and again says, "I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself." My friend excuses himself to the toilet and I ask my GF WTF her problem is. She says she's just having fun and I'm like, "No, you're trying to fuck my friend." This sends my GF livid and she starts accusing me of trying to fuck her friend, who introduced us, who I grew up with and is like a sister for me, and then tells me she doesn't want to talk to me and storms off. I go outside and she sat with my friend and the people who he had came with, and I head over and she loudly says, "Oh, just go away." My friend and his friends all say I'm fine and to sit down, and my GF just rolls her eyes and goes off to the toilet. Shortly after, my friend pulls me to the side and I ask him WTF is going on. He says he is just as confused as me, and says that even though my GF is his type, there's no way he would go there due to his loyalties to me and his own GF. He then informs me that my GF had invited him and all his friends back to hers for an afterparty when the bar shuts. He says he wanted to make sure I was going to be there, and he didn't want to go if I wasn't cause it would be weird to hang out with my GF without me. I say I'm absolutely going to be there. We all head back and my GF seems annoyed about me coming too, but everyone is refusing to go unless I'm there too. We get in and my GF pulls me in the room and we start arguing again. After 5 minutes my friend texts me and says him and his friends have been invited to a different party, and I can go with them if I want. I decline cause I just want to go to bed at that point. They all leave and my GF blames me for ruining the night. We eventually go to sleep. The next day she acts absolutely fine and like nothing even happened. She claims to have no memory of the night before, and refuses to bring it up, saying, "I get bitchy when I'm drunk. You already know this." Which is true, she is a bit of a mean drunk, but this feels like more than that. I don't know how to confront her when she denies any memory of anything I've written here, and admits she was probably acting bitchy, so I sort of just want to end it, as I'm not okay with it and it is impossible to talk about or resolve. Relevant comments. I believe the way forward would be to sit her down and tell her about her behavior. Tell her exactly how such behavior makes you feel. Draw clear boundaries, by her limiting her drinking to the point that she would never get to the bitcha-drunk stage. Opie. Yeah, I feel like if I tried to make a boundary where I limit how much she drinks, she would just call me controlling and say I'm overreacting or some shit. Comment. NTA. You can break up with anyone for any reason at any time. You are not required to stay in a relationship. If she did something when she was drunk, that's her fault because she decided to drink alcohol and to get drunk. It's not an excuse. Opie. Yeah, I don't even think she telling the truth about not remembering as well. Comment. NTA. I think she rediscovered her childhood crush and you are now below him in her priority list. Opie. You know what, I think you're exactly right. We have been out before and attractive guys have hit on her and she has shut it down instantly while being much more drunk. That's why this was such a shock to me. Update. Thank you for all the replies. Sorry I haven't responded much. But I was working until late yesterday and by the time I finished there was over 1,000 comments, so it was a little overwhelming. After work yesterday I called my now ex-GF and ended things. I never said why specifically, just that I couldn't see us working out, as it seemed pointless as she didn't even remember the issue. A lot of crying and pleading, but when she realized I wasn't budging she turned hostile, started calling me a pathetic loser, etc., etc. She accused me of wasting her time and said I would never find anyone as good as her. I just hung up because I didn't really want to deal with it after an 11-hour shift. She then went on to text me this. Ha ha ha, you are fucking pathetic. You're too pussy to even break up with your chest. You must think I'm stupid. I know the real reason is because of the other night. Sorry, not my fault, your friend is hotter than you. Being around him and you at the same time made me realize how much I settled and how much more is out there. Have a nice life, honey, with 2 red heart emojis. Followed by, if I hit up, blank, tonight mind your business with blowing kiss emoji. And then she sent a screenshot of a meme saying, when you realize you picked the ugliest one in the friend group. So yeah, definitely full of shit. Definitely knew exactly what she was doing. Definitely dodged a bullet. I sent those screenshots to my friend and he called me. He laughed hysterically and said, damn bro, you really know how to pick them. But she is delusional if she thinks I'd leave my girlfriend over someone who acts like that. You can be pretty as you want, but if you act like dog shit, you are dog shit, and you can't polish dog shit. We had a good laugh at her expense and he told me to call him if I need anything. After what she did I knew I had to end it, whether it was a mistake or whatever or not. But her trying to be hurtful actually made it hurt a lot less. Like if that's who she is then it isn't exactly a loss, so it stopped feeling like one pretty instantly. LMAO. Yeah, that's basically it. Thank you to everyone who replied. Relevant comment. Can you update when she inevitably tries to make a move on your friend and he shuts her down? She is probably strutting around like a pigeon who shit on a chessboard thinking she won. Opie. Already happened, not much to say. She texted him saying, hey, was good seeing you the other night. Would love to catch up some more X. And he just ignored her and sent me the screenshot. LMAO, how fucking tragic.